tare te tare tere so, 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 tare te tare tere so.
So we're here tonight on the 8th of October to pay our respects, our devotion, our appreciation, our gratitude to Akong Rinpoche. So everything he has done for us, so not everybody here has met him, but he was a father, he was a mother, he was a teacher, he was a guru, and for 7 years we've been waiting for him to come back. Sorry about that. And I think when we recite his swift return prayer, we are praying for him to come back. We are praying for him to reappear. Not that we think he hasn't been born yet. I personally think he has been born. But we are asking for him to reappear and for the right conditions to come together. So I'm sorry I'm getting emotional now. It always happens at the wrong time. But really Rinpoche has been everything to so many people. He managed to be everything to everybody. Like I said, he was a father, he was a mother, to those who had no father or no mother. He was a friend to those who had no friends. So, for all those of you who have not met him, still you have met the Dharma through him. You have met the teachings through the centers that he established. So even now his activity continues through all of us, through all these places he founded, through all the seeds he planted during his life, after all his own suffering, after everything he went through, leaving Tibet, losing everything. He had no thought other than helping others. He was a perfect example. He was like a Buddha. I didn't say he was a Buddha, I said he was a father, a mother, but he was like a Buddha. If we want to see a Buddha, that was him. So tonight we come together to pay our respects and our gratitude and to pray for him to reappear and to continue his activity, and for us as students that we can create the right conditions by being good students, by following his advice. That's the only way we can be his students, if we follow his advice. How can we call ourselves his students if we don't follow his advice? If we go against his advice? How many times has he told us to be kind, to be patient, to be caring, to think of others, to be mindful? He has given us endless advice. And unless we follow his advice, we cannot call ourselves his students. So I think for him to return, we need to create those students. That's our responsibility. If we are not good students, why would he come back? I mean, he has had plenty of headaches during his life. You know, life after life after life. So this life was not easy for him. We need to try and make sure that in this period of time between this incarnation and the next incarnation, we support his activity. We do what is right. We practice the Dharma. We nurture the Dharma. We support his activities. I'm not saying that we are not doing, we are all trying to do our best, but we need to. This is the only way we can really repay him and show our gratitude. So when we, sometimes yes, people ask why are we reciting this swift rebirth prayer, you know, he won't come back just because we recite the prayer. But like I said, it is a way of us reminding ourselves of what he has given us and what we need to do as students to make sure that he appears again. Not necessarily he's reborn, but he appears. And that is the positive thing now, even though 7 years have passed, that, you know, the longer time that passes, the more positive in a way it becomes, because the closer we are coming to the next incarnation. Hopefully we will meet him in our lives. But what I wanted to read for you is something that describes so beautifully who Akong Rinpoche was. And it is part of Rinpoche Rinpoche's letter that he wrote in 2013 when Rinpoche died. So he says it so perfectly. So I'll read that for you. Saintly, noble being that you are, you work diligently your entire life to serve the Buddha Dharma and all living beings. With an infinite kindness, greater even than a mother's tender love, you nurtured a flock of countless orphans. With a love greater even than the care of a cherished son, you looked after the many old and invalid people who were helpless and with no one to support them. With the finest generosity and with no bias or preference, you bestowed the gift of fulfilling the needs and wishes of the weakest, the sick and the poor. With the aid you provided, you gave a renewed strength to the Dharma and culture of Tibet that has become like a lamp. It had become like a lamp with no more fuel. To sum up, whether we think in terms of the living world around us or of the culture within it, you are unique in this 21st century as a holy person who has had an immense beneficial influence on the world and especially on Tibet. You are the refuge and protector of the weak with no protection. You are the friend and mentor of the bright young people, the caring mother of so many motherless orphans, the holder of the tradition of Tibetan Dharma and culture. Even our vast, great earth could not hold the immensity of your kindness, and the magnificent imprint of your great deeds will never vanish from the mind of the Tibetan that I am. This is Rinpoche Rinpoche. I pray that through the blessing power of the three jewels and the ocean of victorious ones, all your excellent activities may increase more and more, like the majestic flow of the Ganges waters, and that each and every living being linked to you may be free from harm in the short term and ultimately achieve the state of everlasting happiness. So while we do these prayers, please just keep in mind what Rinpoche has meant to you, and And then with devotion we will focus on these prayers. Thank you. So we will recite yes, refuge, bodhicitta, doja chant. Then we do calling to the Guru and Rinpoche's swift return prayer. Then we have some readings of advice that Rinpoche has given over the years, just little nuggets of advice. Some of it is printed in his books. And again we recite the swift return prayer. Then we all here, we offer a kata. And then we do the Mahamudra prayer and dedication prayers. So we'll start with that. Le Rinpoche's swift return prayer. So then we will read out a few short advices that Akong Rinpoche has given, and of course he has given many, many more, but there's some few little words to remind you. And of course we should all think about what advice has he given to me, and that is what we should really contemplate and think about. So he said, don't waste time. Don't use problems as an excuse. Be thankful for whatever experiences come. Be thankful for obstacles, sickness, others' anger and blame. Appreciate all of it. You are the ones needing to be matured, needing to learn how to overcome obstacles. Meditation is not for putting on an armor to protect yourself from obstacles. It is for learning to accept whatever comes. Once you start looking for obstacles, then everything becomes an obstacle. But if instead you learn to see the benefit in all situations, then everything becomes useful.
A long life, just in itself, is not very useful. You should not be wasting it thinking about the future. Where will I live? What job can I get? This is no different from cows, dogs and rabbits, the animals we can see, all thinking about what to eat and where to sleep. We are human beings and should not see things in such a narrow-minded way. You have a chance for more than this, and you should make use of it. You should think of how you can benefit others, now and in the future. Practice will make you more pure, and eventually you will be able to help others. Suppose the Buddha's teachings said you do not need loving kindness and compassion. It is other people's job to have loving kindness and compassion. In that case, the world would not be free of suffering. But the truth is that each of us have a responsibility for what we do. If I am free from anger and hatred and all of the mind poisons, then I am acting for the benefit of all beings. I no longer need to be frightened because I no longer have anger. If each of us were free from anger and hatred and the mind poisons, that would be the biggest contribution we could make to the whole world. If each of us could wake up to our compassionate nature, if the whole world could do that, then it would be a compassionate world.
Do not look for good or bad experiences. Everything should be seen as a blessing of the Guru. Whether it is by the kindness of pleasant experiences or the purification of unpleasant experiences. Sickness, hunger, anger, or aggression from others. They should all be seen as an opportunity to purify body and mind through the blessing of the Guru. A compassionate motivation is like the ground. The four ordinary foundations are the seed, and the blessing of the Guru is the water. Without water, the seed will never grow. Even if your visualization is weak, if you call on the Guru with complete faith, not just partial faith, you will still get the full blessing and benefit of the practice. During Guru Yoga, you should surrender completely and pray to the Guru like a child calling out to its mother.
I think that if you want your life to be very simple but to have some value and benefit, then first of all you should not be thinking of which bhumi you are on. Instead, you should come back and put your feet on the ground. You need to learn how to sit without movement and to still your mind without worrying so much. We worry so much about our lives, about our wealth, our position, our job and duties. There is nothing we don't worry about. Whenever we have a little free time, we worry about ourselves, our families, our children. Everything and anything you see in front of you is a cause of worry. Worry does not solve any of our problems. The only way we can solve our problems or be of benefit to ourselves is to be still. Imagine you have a large empty container catching a tiny drop of water from the ceiling. The drip is constant, not a large quantity, not too fast or slow, but because it is constant, no matter what size the pot, one day it will be full. But if you just leave a few buckets under the drip for one day and then do nothing for 10 or 20 years, you will achieve very little. This shows the need for constancy and diligence. If we have no stability, there is so much danger to our life and our mood, so we need to find stability.
So then we'll do the swift return prayer again, and we'll sit and meditate for a few minutes.
Om
Thank you. So then we do the Mahamudra prayer, and then followed by dedications.
Da
So we'll do the dedication.
Tare te tare tere so 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 tare te tare tere so, 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 tare te tare tere so.